Round 14 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Trentino. MX2 race 1, Tom Vial crossed the foxhole shot line for the 14th time this year, closely followed by Thibaut Beneston, who was quickly shuffled back to third by Isaac Gifting. Behind them was the 93 Yamaha of Jago Geerts. Jed Beaton was in there or thereabouts, but he then fell from 8th position down to 12th place. He eventually came back to 7th. Maxime Renaux didn't make a great start, and then late on he took advantage of his teammate's misfortune to take over 6th position. Jago Geerts took until 2 laps to go to find his way past Isaac Gifting. This move got the Yamaha man into 2nd. But 3rd place finish for Gifting, the best ride for the Gas rider this year. Tom Vial, though, was victorious for the 11th time in race 1, his 25th career race victory. He was easily the winner here. Geerts and Gifting, the first 3. MX2 race 2, once again it was Vial who crossed the foxhole shot line. That's 15 now in the books for the Frenchman, as the championship leader Maxime Renaux fell at the first turn. Rounding out the first couple of corners though, we had Tom Vial, Rennie Hoffer, Jed Beaton and Jago Geerts. Ruben Fernandez was in 6th before the end of the lap though. Jago Geerts, a smart move on the Australian to move into 3rd. Rennie Hoffer then fell from 2nd position. That allowed Geerts, Beaton and Fernandez through. Hoffer finished the race in 5th. After falling at turn 1, Maxime Renaux got himself into contention. His teammate Thibaut Beneston fell from 9th, who would eventually finish in 17th. More passes on the horizon for the 959 as he eventually slid his way up to 8th. 1 or 2 close encounters between Kai de Wolf and Mattia Guadagnini as they battled over 6th and 7th place. Tom Vial, though, narrowly edged out Jago Geerts for his 2nd win of the day. Beaton was 3rd, Fernandez 4th, Rennie Hoffer was 5th. And that meant that Tom Vial was victorious for the 6th time this year with his double race win. Jago Geerts 2nd overall with 2 seconds. Fernandez back on the podium for the first time since round 2 with 2 4th place finishes, and Honda 114 Motorsports. Renaux arrived here with 108 points over his teammate Jago Geerts. The gap is now 92. Vial has moved to within 4 points of Geerts. 96 points now separate the first 3 riders. And despite his bad day at the office, of course, Maxime Renaux continues to lead the championship as we return here on Wednesday for round 15.
It was a tough one, and it's long time Jago didn't start 2nd behind me, and yeah, I just pushed all the moto, and I had a good line. I changed a little bit. I took some inside on the corner at the end too, and then he couldn't pass me, so I didn't do so many mistakes. And I want to thank the team, Joel, for the good training, and it was another great day.
MXGP race 1, it was Jeremy Seewer on the monster on his Yamaha who crossed the foxhole shot line for the first time this year, closely followed by Arno Tonis, but then he got bumped back a few positions as Ben Watson, Jeffrey Hurlings, Jorge Prado all came through. Prado actually moved into 3rd before the jump there, but a couple of corners later, the number 84 eased past the 61 to move into 3rd, a decisive move at that point of the race. Romain Febvre was in around about 6th place, but he quickly found his way past Tonis and Febvre, and then Jorge Prado, in about 3 successive turns, moved into 4th. Ben Watson then fell from 2nd. And then it took Jeffrey Hurlings until lap 12 to eventually move into 2nd and find his way past Jeremy Seewer. Jorge Prado fell with about 6 laps to go. From 5th, he would eventually come home in 8th. But it was Jeffrey Hurlings taking his 11th race win of the season. Jeremy Seewer, Romain Febvre, Tim Geiser were next. About 4 seconds separating them. Koldenhoff was 5th. MXGP race 2, this time it was the privateer JM Honda rider Henry Jacobi who grabbed his first foxhole shot of the campaign as there was carnage behind him that took out Brian Bogers and Thomas Kjær Olsen. Jacobi led from Febvre, Koldenhoff and Benoit Paturel. Hurlings and Geiser were buried in about 10th or 12th place on the opening laps. Febvre struck early. He made this pass before the end of the lap on Henry Jacobi to take over the lead. Koldenhoff quickly followed through into 2nd. Jacobi then got caught by Jeremy Seewer later in the race. Seewer then moved up to 5th. That's where he would stay. Geiser and Herlings side by side. Herlings did make the pass to move into 3rd just after the halfway point. Koldenhoff caught the unsuspecting Fevre to take over the lead. All 4 riders suddenly concertinaed back together. Herlings then moved to 2nd with that pass on the Frenchman. And then Romain Fevre came under attack once more, this time from Geiser, as the Honda rider moved into 3rd. Top of your screen, Herlings around the outside of Koldenhoff to take over the 1st position with 3 laps to go. Koldenhoff did hang on for 2nd, but it was tight between him and Geiser as Herlings took the win. Koldenhoff 2nd, Geiser 3rd, Fevre 4th. Herlings going 1-1 for his 97th career victory. Koldenhoff 2nd in his 2nd visit to the podium this year. Geiser 3rd overall. Herlings leads now. He was 12 points clear of Romain Fevre at the start of the day. He's doubled that to 24. Geiser just 3 behind. So going into the next round, round 15 on Wednesday, 27 points separate the top 3.
The first moto I had to fight for the one, but this one I had to fight even more. Like, we got bar banging on the start, and then I was around 15, I think, on the first lap. I was like, okay, I got my work cut out, and I see Fevre up the lead, and Glenn and Tim just in front of me. I was like, okay, now it's go time. So I played it smart. I kept my jokers for the last few laps, so I managed to win this moto.